Welcome back, everyone. We are back for round 8, the sprint race at Sugo. Sorry, all still dying of illness, but I'm soldiering on. Yep, sprint race at Sugo with the escorts from NXTGEN Racing. Very quick 5-minute qualifying session, so the drivers need to get out there as soon as they can, get a lap on the board. That is all apart from this one man, Webby's a Johnny, who looks just like concrete, and he will be stuck to the floor for the duration of this 5-minute session. Larnica hasn't yet gone out either, but this man, MSRT Silver, is going to be the first across the line to start setting the lap time. Qualified on pole for the last race, and we'll look to do the same again this race. He's been doing well in his first few races here in the escorts. Winning on debut last week, but then also having an atrocious race in the sprint race, so could have a very similar result tonight. Did well first race, could be awful second race for him. But we also have Bayes 007 back, Tom Worcester, Whitford 0, Numpty Ned, Web User Johnny, Larnica 666, Speedy Gun Hug, JRBWD66, and NGR Lee, the winner from last race. Went down to the last lap though. Very entertaining race it was as well, because they start NGR Lee and Whitford both started from the back with the reverse grid. Top 5 in the championship were reversed, had to start at the back. Unfortunately, 2 of them haven't made it tonight. One of them disconnected in qualifying, so there's only 2 reverse drivers, unfortunately. So it didn't make the full effect, which was what it was meant for. But we are now getting the lap times on the board, and who is it that has gone provisionally fastest? It is NGR Lee, with Whitford 0 directly behind, trying to get a nice tow, I'd imagine. MSRT Silver is currently in 3rd, followed by Speedy Gun Hog. Bayes is on the back straight. Tom has not set a time. JRB has gone up to 4th. He was provisionally on pole for pretty much the whole qualifying session in the feature race, until MSRT Silver nicked it off of him. Numpty Ned, you can tell he's been in the walk, so that's not a representative time from him. Tom Worcester hasn't set a time. Larnica's still in the pits, so I don't know what Larnica's not going to be able to get out. But this is a sprint race, so there's a shorter race, 15 minutes this time, and no reverse grid, so all to play for. And it's NGR Lee leading the way currently. This will be their last lap. MSRT Silver just ahead, I'd imagine as well, is close enough to Lee to actually be helping him out, which he will not want. But how will Silver do? Will he improve? He does go up to 2nd, but Lee goes faster, as does Whitford. The gap just 1/10 at the top. JRB will be the next one. No, he won't. It'll be... oh, Tom's in the wall. Speedy Gunhog is... he improved time but not position. JRB next over the line. How will he fare? Again improves but not on his position. Ned next up the hill after Tom. I think we saw Tom in the wall, so I don't think he'll improve. No. Ned goes a lot quicker, but still not improving in position. Final man across the line will be Bayes 007, new for this week into the championship, as is Tom Worcester. So happy to have them on board the championship, and hopefully we'll see them a bit more throughout the season. And there you go, qualifying over, and a fairly spread out grid. So NGR Lee takes yet another pole position. Obviously he couldn't get pole position last race because he had to start from the back, but that is his 6th pole out of 7 that he could have potentially got. So dominating in that sense. Whitford 2nd, Silver 3rd, JRB 4th, Speedy Gonhog 5th, Numpty Ned 6th, Bayes 007 7th, Tom Worcester 8th, Johnny couldn't qualify 9th, and Lanaka didn't qualify, is 10th. Hopefully Lanaka actually doesn't just stay in the pits. We'll find out shortly. Let's just get an onboard shot and see how dark actually is it. It's pretty dark. There's a little bit of light about, but still the light's definitely needed. Drivers now just got a minute or two to get themselves ready. Just over a minute remaining if they need it. If they don't ready up though, they will not be on the grid. I don't think someone's going to ready up in time, and I think it's going to be Larnaca that we lose. It's going to be this man at the back that we're going to lose. Someone's voted to kick Larnaca. Yep, there we go. Larnaca did not make it to the grid. Obviously something's come up that has prevented him from starting the race. But here we are now with the start of the sprint race. And we're underway. Look at that beautiful pink sky in the background. NGR Lee leads the field down. MSRT Silver having a look at the outside of Whitford into turn 1. Can't do anything, and has to settle in behind, but Speedy Gonhog's up to 4th. Excellent start. Oh no, someone's round. JRB's gone round. Didn't see if there was a little touch, but he's gone round nonetheless. And he's fallen to the back of the field. Bit of a queue ahead of him. Webby's Johnny trying to work his way through from the back of the field. So JRB, despite qualifying 4th, is now at the back. Moving everyone else up 1 position. And it's put Speedy Gonhog up to 4th. Be careful on the exit curb there. Easy to go round, as the man ahead of you found out last race. MSRT Silver, last lap, leading the race by about a second and a half. Got a bit too greedy and almost lost it, but lost the position and the win for good measure. But unfortunately have missed that move Tom just getting up to 4th now, ahead of Speedy Gonhog. Meanwhile behind, Web User Johnny's up to 7th, ahead of Numpty Ned. JRB also trying to get back through and fight his way back towards the pointy end of the grid. Oh, someone's round. Who's that? Silver! Silver's round! Yeah, it's an excellent shot for that, but it's not a good shot for Silver. He did not want to see himself in the wall, and he's getting flashbacks of last week. He just cannot seem to have a good sprint race, and he's now at the back of the grid, back of the pack, almost 20 seconds off the lead. He's not going to catch that up anytime soon, and he's going to have his work cut out if he wants to catch the back of the pack ahead. So it's going to be a very lonely trudge to try and get any sort of redemption out of it. I think that's a word. Either way, we're going again. Tom's up to 3rd. Only joined, what, about half an hour before the race, or an hour before the race he joined up. So excellent job from him. Speedy Gonhog not letting him pull away too much, but Bays, even later than Tom, joined about, what, 15 minutes, 10 minutes before the race, and he's holding Web User Johnny back at the moment. Johnny was in 4th at the start of the race, in 4th in the championship even at the start of the night. That's a weird one from Bays. He's decided just to park it. So Silver's got through. Right, maybe he's had an issue. But Web User Johnny and JRB are looking very racy, and will try it. Well, they're not going to try and put each other along to the next cars ahead. They're just going to duke it out, and Ned's going to be open for a way to profit from this. But JRB's got a lot better exit out that final corner and will take 5th place with it. But Johnny, I'd imagine, is going to come back. And he's having a little look. Not really forcing the issue though, just showing his nose. Whitford about half a second back at the front from Lee. And Tom 7 seconds back from these two. Speedy Gunnog is falling back a little bit further, and he's actually being caught by JRB. Web User Johnny's not quite able to stick on the back as long as he would have hoped, but I imagine he'll catch back up in a minute or two. MSRT Silver is also closing back in, and there is Bays disconnecting. Unfortunately, had a few connection issues tonight. But it is NJLE who comes across the line to start lap 4, just 6 tenths ahead of rival Whitford 0. Tom will be very happy and content with the situation as things stand. Just got to keep it on track, not make any silly mistakes. He's got a decent gap behind to Speedy Gonhog. He's now coming under a little bit of pressure from JRB, and little mistakes like that isn't going to help his cause. A little ride with JRB now, see what's going on ahead of him. JRB lining up the exit, but getting a bit further out onto the curb and unable to use his exit speed. His power past Speedy Gunhog, who's actually got away with that. I think he went in a little bit hot into Rainbow. As they throw it in to the hairpin. Almost clipping the glass there. Webby's a Johnny directly behind as well. So JRB in the position of attacking and defending. All the while, just a hit further up, you can occasionally see the white car of Tom Wolster pulling away. MSRT Silver has just passed Ned as well, so just missed that, but that will be get a group of 4 or 5 eventually. Bay's game crashed, that's annoying. Same with Webby and Johnny in the first race, which is why he got disconnected in qualifying. His game crashed, so it's a bit weird to get 2 of them on the same night, but hopefully they'll both be alright for the future. Ooh, Silver pushing the limits. You can tell he's pushing this car just by the attitude and the amount of curb and grass he's using. Whitford's obviously had a mistake because his car is down to 1 headlight now and he's 7 seconds off the lead. Tom just 5 seconds behind. Oh, the background! Speed Gunhog's using a lot of exit, curb and grass and a little bit more. Not actually getting any wheel spin, so well controlled. Just keeping it pointing straight, and you've always got a chance. The JRB looking, still looking, and running wide again, but this time losing the place. So Speedy Gunhog feeling the pressure and cracking. Now he's got Webby as a Johnny behind, followed by the much quicker, as to be said, much quicker MSRT Silver. So let's just run on board with Silver, and this will be what he's seeing. He drives in cockpit view. So how quickly can he get through this pack? He might be on for a 4th place. Yeah, there's still 6 minutes left. He might even be able to catch 3rd. I don't know if he will, but it's a potential. But it looks like he's got past Johnny already. He's not going to go for 2 straight away, is he? No, he pulls out of that one. Speedy Gunhog left him the room, so fair play there. Just in the mirror on the right hand side, you can just about see Johnny weaving, trying to look for a way back past. But Silver's only looking forward and down the inside. Little bit of contact, bumping Speedy Gunhog out of the way, and I think Speedy's been lost. Yes, he has. He's lost another place to web views of Johnny. So the elbows were out a little bit there. Speedy Gunhog lost 2 places. MSRT Silver did go for the move early enough to probably be seen, so don't feel like it was a lunge. But now Silver's back up to 5th, having spun on lap 1 and dropping way back down the field, well, to the back of the field and some. So just over 5 minutes left of the race now, and man at the front, NGR Lee, looks like he's going to do it again in the sprint race. Got a nice comfortable gap of 7.5 seconds to Whitford. Tom currently in 3rd still, just holding his own, doing well, keeping the time is ticking over. But now the battle for 4th place looks to be changing, as Silver's got the inside for turn 1. JRB saw in race 1 hold the outside and almost keep position. This time he doesn't fight as hard, or isn't able to fight as hard, but he's going to look to stay on the back, and like in the first race, he's going to hope to pull himself along with the car ahead, as he did that with Whitford in race 1. And at times they were lapping quicker than the leaders, so you never know what's going to happen. They won't catch the leaders, that's for sure, unless they both fall off, but Tom just ahead, well, 5 seconds ahead, is a potentially doable target if they work together. I think they're both a little bit quicker than Tom as well. So it could be interesting, but they're now 6 seconds behind. They're 5.5 seconds in 3.5 minutes. It's about 3 laps, I reckon, they got left of this race. JRB, I don't think is going to be worried about catching Tom in third. I think he's just going to want to get back ahead of Silver. Johnny's advances have halted for now as he is still in 6th, but falling back from the 2 ahead. Speedy Gunhog still not falling away from Johnny, and he's probably still in the slipstream a little bit. And yeah, I'd definitely say he's still in the slipstream. Just hoping that he can carry on. Ned falling way down the field, unfortunately. Obviously come off somewhere. Normally a very consistent driver. Unfortunately it's not been that way in this race, it seems. But let's go on board with JRB. See the right car just at the top of your screen. That is Tom. Got now 3 and a bit seconds. So closing quickly. Will Tom crack under the pressure? Saw Speedy gone, sort of crack under the pressure and then get elbowed out a bit. But how will it be for Tom Houston? He's definitely going to be looking in his mirrors now. We will see the red and silver car behind him getting ever bigger, or at least the lights will be bigger. Might not be able to make out the colour yet, but if he's got his data up, then he will be able to see it. It's a shame that Larnaca wasn't able to join us, I have to admit that. It would have been nice to have had him on the grid. Excellent sprint race last week, and an excellent feature race just now, before the sprint race here. But we're on to the last lap now as MGR Lee has got a comfortable 9-second lead. Although last race we did see that leader, MSRT Silver, spin on the last lap. Coming out of the corner we're coming up to now, Rainbow. No errors from Lee there. Very comfortable. Whitford, a lonely second. Launching it in. Keeping well away from that curve this time. But here's the battle we need to keep an eye on. Tom is only a 1.5 seconds ahead now. And running wide like that's not going to help. He's into the wall. And that is almost identical, minus the spin, to what the man who's just overtaken him did in the feature race, and just behind almost Speedy Gunhog went into the wall, but he didn't quite. So Tom from third on the last lap has got it wrong out of Rainbow Curve and dropped to 4th. So MSRT Silver, I think he'll be reasonably relieved of that to come away with 3rd place. But it is NGR Lee who takes a 2nd win of the night, and again will win at Sugo. Whitford 0, very lonely 2nd place in the end, but again more points unfortunately for him. NGR Lee's the man who needs to be beaten. MSRT Silver, recovery drive. It would have been nice to have seen what he could have done with Whitford and Lee in this race, but there we go. Oh, Tom's got up to 4th and Johnny's 5th. Speedy Gunhog 6th. JRB binned it somewhere on the last lap, down to 7th. Curse of the last lap. Wow, Tom will be relieved to at least have got a little bit back. Numpty Ned will come round to be the last finisher of this race in 8th. And there we have it. Next week I will not be here, but we may well be at well, they're at Zolder anyway. I won't be here, unfortunately. But there is your provisional results for round 8, the sprint race, and it is NGR Lee's 3rd maximum of the season, with the pole, fastest lap and the win. And he's done that in the Sonoma sprint race, the Willow Springs sprint race, and now this sprint race. He's pretty much the sprint race king. The only person that hasn't beat him in the sprint, that has beat him in the sprint race, is the man just behind him, Whitford Zero. But thanks very much everyone for watching. As I said, I won't be here next week, but join us the week after. I can't remember where we are, but join me in a couple of weeks anyway. And hopefully we'll have more on the grid. We keep getting promised more, and they keep signing up, but they're not turning up. So it's a bit frustrating. But hopefully, eventually, we might actually have a decent sized grid. Anyway, thanks very much again for watching, guys. Speak to you soon.